What is up, guys and gals? It's me, Thomas Fan01 here, and today we are back at it again with another Transformer figure review. And today we are going to be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series Transformers 1 Deluxe Class Starscream. And yeah, this is quite an interesting figure that got released just recently. And we're going to go through it. But y'all know the rules. We don't take a look at this. First, we take a look at this. And this is quite interesting, I must say, because literally this is like just, it's Starscream here, Starscream there, and this is the cave where they all met, and he's sitting on top of a throne right here. So there is that. And in the back it says Starscream leads the High Guard fighting corruption from the shadows. And if you guys really don't know anything about the High Guard, I mean, there's a whole comic about it. But also, if you haven't seen the movie, go watch the movie because it's 100% true. So, anyways, that's it for said packaging, and we're going to bring in the figure here, and quite a figure this is. Gotta say, this is quite an interesting figure due to the fact that it is pretty much all just original mold. Like, this is on all original mold. This is not something that is like, I mean, obviously they're going to redo this thing for every Seeker because that's Hasbro's MO. It always has been. But I really am excited about this because this leads way to some new Seekers. So, anyways, let's get him into scale comparisons because y'all know we love that. Here he is next to our previous Transformers 1 review. Here he is next to Elita 1. Here he is next to Bumblebee, who basically is the one who knows everything about him. So, is that it? Here he is next to Optimus Prime. Here he is next to Sentinel. And finally, here he is next to the man he decided he wanted to go toe-to-toe against with. So, yeah. Alright, so now that we've all done that, let's get him into his robot mode. And to do that, there's a lot of steps. And there's even some parts forming, which I'm not real too thrilled of. But then again, it's a Starscream mold, so there has to be something to give and take. First thing you're going to want to do is you're going to come to this top section here, and you're just going to undo this, bring that down, and then you're going to come to the bottom section, and you're just going to kind of loosen this gun up a bit here, and then you're going to take these pieces and just going to swing them down, and you can remove the guns if you want to. I'm going to do that just because it makes my life a little easier in getting this guy transformed. So you want shoulder pads to collapse back in. So that middle section that literally just unpegged from the gun literally turned into the shoulder sections. And what you're supposed to do with said gun is you're supposed to take this piece from the jet that we just disassembled, and you're supposed to take it, there's a little tab here, and you're supposed to just clip that together. Why this is a thing, I don't know, but I didn't make this, I didn't design it, I just am the dude who purchased it. So, anyways, to continue on, let's work on the legs first. To do so, you're going to come to this inside section here. You're just going to undo this panel. Do the same thing on the other side, just kind of undo it, and then untab the hands as well. So undo that, and then you're going to come to this section here, and well, let's flip out the foot first. You're going to flip out the foot, and then you're going to come to this bottom section. You're going to just literally extend the leg out. Then you're going to take this thruster piece. It just tabs right back in here. That becomes his heel, and then this closes up that calf. So do the same thing on the other side. Just undo it. And these do tab in to tabs back here, and they do tab in quite securely. Let's take this, bring it down, extend that down, close that up, and straighten out the legs, and there you have that. And now we're pretty much on almost all the home stretches for a Starscream. Now that's just to work on the wings. So take these pieces, and you're going to bring them around like so. Just going to kind of undo them, bring them around, And then you're going to take this piece, you're going to flip it up, and then you're going to take these wings, and I don't know the reason for these wings, but you know what? I'm not here to complain. So you're supposed to take them, and you're supposed to kind of just bring them around on this ball joint that's there, and that's how it's going to look for a quick minute, because this is how you get the head and the chest and everything else to close up. Take this, open this back up, take this piece here, it's supposed to swing underneath, close that back up. And the reason why you're supposed to do that is because apparently this piece, yeah, is supposed to collapse back in like so. And then once that piece is like so, then you're going to take this piece. There's a tab right here that's just going to friction in right over that bit right there. And that's how that's going to sit. So then flip up said head till it kind of thoops into place a little bit. Take the chest, bring it all the way down. Trust me, this is not... I am not the biggest fan of this chest either. So you want all of this to come up and then bring this up as well. The chest is a weird bit here. So it's strange. It's not the best chest in the world, but you know what? It could be worse, but you're going to have to deal with this. However, it just sits like that. Take this, rotate that around, and then whilst we have that there, we can take this, and we can take these pieces, fold them out, and then bring this. It's a weird combo to do, but this is the way you want it. You want them to look like this wing. I'm going to take this, close this back up, rotate this around, and then because it's on a double hinge, you can pretty much just... There we go. There we go. That's better. There we go. And then you're going to take these pieces and you're just going to rotate them up. And they're going to tab into this piece that we opened up to cover up said head. And there are tab pieces that are going to be very, very finicky. Because these are on a tab piece. They tab in very securely to this in vehicle mode. So now that we've done that, let's take chest, make sure all of this works out just like it's supposed to. Sometimes this piece does not want to scooch back. Ugh, come on. Alright, there we go. And then, yeah, it's supposed to collapse in on itself in the chest, but mine apparently is having issues today where it does not want to go all the way back into the chest like so. So, yeah, I don't know why that is. I don't know why it's having that issue, but I think if we just, I don't want to force it. I really don't want to force it because I know if I do, that's just a problem waiting to happen. So, yeah. Hold on, give me just a second. We'll get this in here. We'll figure it out. Okay, so I managed to do it. It is a very, very, very tight squeeze. In fact, it's so tight, I thought I broke it. Seriously, off camera, I pushed this in, and I literally had to go into that. Literally, be careful when you're messing with it, because this piece probably will break on you after some time. However, in my case, this guy's never going back into his jet mode again. So, anyways, that being said, once you've collapsed all that in, there is a tab right here that is going to tab right on in there. Collapse that all in. And then we're going to put the guns back into his shoulders, as he usually should. And then we are going to take his other gun that we had to build, and we're going to place that in his hand. And there you have Transformers 1 Studio Series. Transformers Studio Series, I guess. Sorry, I've lost my train of thought there. This is Transformers Studio Series Transformers 1 Starscream. Or this should honestly be, they should have titled this High Guard Starscream, because if they had titled it High Guard Starscream, I'm a little more inclined to call it that than it would be Decepticon Starscream, because the Decepticons didn't technically exist yet, not till the end of the film at the very least. Oops, spoiler alert. But go check it out if you haven't watched it. It's on Paramount Plus. So yeah, now that we've done that, let's get a good look into Starscream here. Totally love the Chad Squidward face going on here with the head. Totally love that. Totally love how that's going on there. If anybody doesn't know what the Chad Squidward meme is, go check it out. It's pretty. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about once you take a look at that. So we have all of that. Here's the back. I gotta say the backpack cleans up quite nicely. I'm not complaining once at all about this backpack. Considering the fact that some Starscreams have had atrocious backpacks, this is pretty clean. So can't complain about that. So, yeah. Alright, well, now that we've done that, I will let you guys know there is no ankle tilting on this guy. There is none of that, and it's mainly due to transformation, so you're not going to get much of that. He does bend at the knee quite nicely. He can only go about that far. I don't know why they made the ball joints on this guy, on this dude, really, really super duper duper, like, a non-frictionable kind of deal. So, I don't know why, but could be worse. So, anyways, let's get him into scale comparisons, because y'all know we love those. And then we shall get into final thoughts, and then we shall rank the figure. So, here he is next to our previous review. Here he is next to Elita 1. It's kind of funny to see Steve Buscemi and Scarlett Johansson in the same scene together. Here he is next to Bumblebee. Here he is next to Optimus Prime. Here he is next to the other bad jet that's in the movie. Here he is next to Sentinel. And here he is next to Megatron. Or D16, but at this point, he's Megatron in the movie. So, yeah. And I gotta say, these two standing side by side actually kind of warms my heart a little bit. Because it's been a quick minute since we've gotten a Megatron figure and then a Starscream figure to go with it. So, it's not very often we get all of that too much. So, yeah. Alright. Now, that being said, where am I going to rank this guy? Or let's get into final thoughts first. Firstly, I love the robot mode. It's very animation accurate. It's very nice. It's very clean. I don't like this chest piece because of the fact that I literally felt like I almost broke it just trying to push that piece in. And even still, this piece is so loose. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that part. But then again, that's going to bring the figure down a smidge. I can't really think of much else to really complain about. I mean, there's a couple positives with the figure and the fact that it is animation accurate. Like, seriously, you could literally, like, I could, seriously, just, that looks fairly similar to this. So, I cannot complain about that in the slightest. So, anyways, now, where do we rank this figure? Well, the transformation was not exactly the most pleasant, but it wasn't the worst thing. We do have some gimmicks of parts forming, which is going to bring it down again a hair. Let's see, what should we rank this figure? Let's see, I'm going to demerit 2 points but we're going to demerit him for 2 points due to the fact of that chest and the parts forming gimmick. I'm not a real big fan of the fact that we did have to do that. Another thing I'm going to also give it a slight demerit for is the fact that you had to parts form the gun to parts form another gun. So that's another thing I'm really not too real thrilled about that. So anyways, I think we should give this guy, what are we thinking? I'm thinking we give him a 7.5 out of 10. And take note, anything above a 6 or anything higher than a 5.5 to 6 is a figure worth going to go pick up. At least on our scale. So, if you have not picked this guy up, I highly suggest you go check your Walmart, your Targets. I definitely know they have this on Amazon.com. And nobody's paying me to tell you to do that. This is just purely out of the kindness of my heart. Seriously, go check it out. They definitely have them on the shelves. At least they should by now. If they don't, I don't know why they wouldn't. So, anyways, this is Thomas Fan01 saying, do not forget to check out Jordy's Rail videos, Patrick's Voice Rail, Riveted Railfan, Riveted Reviews, Alexander Rothschild, iStar552, Bravely GG, Take Along Productions. Let's also throw in Lemon Lime Studios, Kitten Cat 999. Let's also throw in Zaga the Animator, Sentinel Edits, Gordon the Glowworm, and let's see, who else should we throw out there? Oh, what the heck, let's throw Trooster Tube out there. So go check all of them out. They are some friends, family, and fans of the show. So please do not forget to go check them out, as I have stated. And this is Thomas Fan 01 saying, do not forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more Transformers reviews. And don't forget to hit that notification bell somewhere over here so you can be notified of when we do our next live stream. To which, when we do our live streams, if you do decide to comment or interact with me in said live streams, you do get shouted out in the video. And that's only while it's live, so that way I can tell you, so that way I can do things properly. So please remember that. Anyways, this is Thomas Fan 01 saying, do not forget to keep playing with your toys. Goodbye.